Good evening, all my gnarly ones, and welcome to another broadcast from the North American eRacing League. Tonight, we are heading for the next round of the Xfinity Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's right, we are visiting our first mile-and-a-half track in over a month. So let's see how these guys can adjust to it, fresh off of a challenging road course last week. So it should be action-packed. So make sure to stay with us throughout the entire broadcast, because with me tonight, I've got a guy that likes to call himself my typical Sunday cohort here in the booth, the Cup Series Commissioner, K-Bart. What's up, bud?
Uh, Not much. Yourself?
Oh, ready for another race from this exciting Xfinity Series that we got here in the North American eRacing League. You want to tell us a little bit about the race tonight?
Yeah. It should be very, very action-packed. Normal three stages for the Xfinity still. 22 laps the first stage, 19 in the second stage, and then 53 finishing out for the third stage. Pit windows between 24 and 27 laps, but tire wear, especially on the right side, is a very, very important key here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Couple multiple grooves. I was just running in the warm-ups. I like that low groove, hugging the apron, especially between 3 and 4. 3 and 4, a little tricky off the gas entering the corner, make sure arc that uh, and make sure the corners of this as well.
All right. So we got a total of 100 laps here tonight, and as K-Bart alluded to, the stages should have plenty of action in them, as the tire wear could become a factor, especially in stage number one. They're going to be right on the limit of being able to make it in stage one with a right front tire wear. So make sure to check that out and see if these guys are able to survive. Right now, they are currently in qualifying, so we'll be able to get in the race here in just a few minutes. So, following last week, we had a first-time winner in his first ever North American eRacing League Heat 4 race. We had Nick, 2357, visiting Victory Lane at Road America. Is that somebody that we should keep our eye out for tonight? Can he translate that over to oval racing, K-Bart, or you got your eye on somebody else tonight?
Well, I really haven't watched Nick at oval tracks yet. I know he's very, very good at road courses, but this we're not racing the Roval here, so I actually got my eye on a couple other people. I'm gonna go with Ronnie Mack. He's a call down from the truck series, or I'm sorry, the Cup series. I really
Is
think
he
he's
really from Trucks there,
here to
K-Bart?
hit.
I'm pretty sure he's in your series.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be here. He's going to try to get some. He's not just here to get laps, and he's also here to get a dub. He might be riding more in the back, knowing that points really don't matter for the first two stages. But I think he's going to be up there for the win tonight.
All right, so K-Bart's got his eye on one of the Cup Series call downs for tonight. Ronnie Mack is in the field tonight. So another couple other drivers of note in the field tonight is another Cup Series regular. TK270 Kelvin will be in the field tonight. We've got a Truck Series driver making his Xfinity debut for season 2 is Reap. Reap's coming up from the Truck Series to race in the Xfinity Series tonight. As well as we got a few other drivers like D Sproul, who's making his second start of the season, and got our points leader Jagboy, who there's a little bit of question about his status right now. He may or may not make the show tonight, but got a loaded field. So make sure you guys stay tuned, as we are going to be able to head on in here in just a minute, as they just wrapped up qualifying. I'll get results for you in just a second. Let's see if I can load up a stream real quick. There we go, loading up. They're not back to the home screen yet, so I'll be able to get you the pole sitter here in just a minute. see who's on the pole tonight. Also in the field, we've got LD Allen, we've got OG Infa, a couple of our current playoff drivers. So they're definitely people to keep their eye on tonight, as pole is going to go to OG Infa. So the 0-1 car on pole tonight at Charlotte. Well, K-Bart, what kind of adjustment is it going to be required for these guys to make to go from Road America to Charlotte? I know they're completely different tracks. So what's it going to take for these guys to park it in victory lane tonight?
Uh, make sure the teams are working with each other. Like I said, the draft is a key here, especially on the backstretch. When I was running the bottom, they could get a run off the top, but and just fly right by me. But also just making sure who's around you. You got to be consistent, hitting your marks every corner as you make your way around this track.
All right. So we've got a little fan question here in the chat. You already heard wants to know, how does one save the tire throughout a whole run? Kyle.
I'm gonna pass on that, and I don't want to reveal any secrets.
All right. So apparently we can join. If you'd like to send me a couple extra invites, that'd be great. Because I've had some issues tonight. Lagging out of public lobbies. So the Heat 4 servers tonight are a little wonky. As we go blue screen to invite K-Bart in. And then we'll join the action here shortly. There's one. And I'll send an extra one to K-Bart just because he's such a nice guy. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and dive on in here so we don't miss too much of the action. Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Alsco 300. We're running 100 laps tonight. Around this 1.5 miles. It's pretty wide open through turns 1 and 2. Maybe a little burp of the throttle. But 3 and 4 is going to be the action-packed corner tonight because you can really drive it in there. You can really be conservative. These guys may wash up the track, put each other in the wall. We're soon going to find out how these guys are able to navigate turns 3 and 4. As we load in. And looks like OG Infa is going to maintain the top spot from the high lane over Nick, our last week's winner, in P2, and Robster in P3 in the Morgan Shepherd 89 vehicle. So OG Infa maintaining his early lead. Back here to this double wide action. Looks like we got our 2 Cup Series regulars side by side. We've got Kevin and we've got Ronnie here. Fight for about 4th place. Yep, 4th. Kevin's going to take that spot for now in the number 76 car. And we've got Ronnie in the 77 tonight. D. Sproul making his 2nd race of the season. Oh, as the 98 hits the apron going into turn 3, and he plants the 9 of Dalton in the wall. So Hostium Hose in the 98 car with a big mistake in turn 3.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate there. You just got to remember it's early in the stage, early in the race, and get back up there and fix that damage under caution at the stage.
As most of this field now has gotten single file, trying to keep it tame and log some laps here in stage number 1. Are these guys going to be able to save the tires here? Because they look like they're driving really hard.
Yeah, they should be able to be fine the first 2 stages. Man, that 2nd stage, or that 3rd stage, though, it's going to be a question when the more and make it a 1 tire to stop it.
Yeah, stage 1 is 3 laps longer than stage number 2. So these guys are going to have to really conserve their tires here in stage number 1 if they want to make it the whole way. Stage number 2, they should be fine. But the final stage, they may end up having to 1 or 2 stop. This thing is 3 wide for the lead up front. OG in the bottom, Kevin in the middle, and Robster was on the top. We've got D-Sproul in the 18, washing up the track. Kevin's in the wall, Robster's in the wall. Sproul's taking third place. As we've got more action in the back.
It's like the caution's there.
Caution is not out. We stay green.
No caution.
Let's go back here to the back. Looks like the 2 of Lights Out's got some damage. Rough start to his Charlotte race. We're still 3 wide here in the middle of the field. Let's get in here. We're on board with Nick in the 51 Chevrolet. Looks under the 8 of LD Allen, 97.
He made a really good corner there between 3 and 4, knowing 3 and 4 is different between 1 and 2 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, that was a textbook pass for 5th place right there by Nick.
And Robster slides up, takes out. Who was that?
That was Ronnie. Slides up into Ronnie.
Yep.
So Ronnie's going to lose a couple of spots there, and more so his momentum. As these guys are still fighting hard in the back. As Host hits the apron again in turn 3.
And Ron kept putting the wall again in 1 lap. So he's just going to focus. He knows points don't matter. He just needs to be up there at the end.
Turn 3 is not agreeing with that 98 car, vice versa right now. He's going to have to make some adjustments here at the end of stage number 1 if he wants to get that car right. As we've kind of got a couple of cars checked out here for the lead. OG Infa and D-Sproul have managed to get a little bit of a gap over 3rd place Robster. And don't look now, but 4th place we have Ballistic up here in the top 5.
Yeah, I'm surprised with D-Sproul. He hasn't really been, that competitive when he's racing. I know he's in a part-time season in the 18 car, but he's really making ground on OG as he's looking on the outside here, maybe get the run off. He did hit the wall there.
Ooh,
That's
Sproul gets really loose.
Oh.
Through the grass. He manages to keep it straight. He's going to fall back to about 5th. And that's where he's going to kind of fall in here. Still maintains the top 5. But a big mistake out of Sproul coming out of turn 4. Is that something that we might see? Will these cars really get that loose out of turn 4 tonight?
Yeah, I was getting a little bit loose off the corner. You just gotta manage your tires a little bit better than others. And if you're on the steering wheel, make sure you don't oversteer. Or on controller as well, make sure you don't oversteer in the middle and coming off to make your car snap around.
Yeah, that's not really a characteristic that I thought we'd see here tonight, but Sproul got super loose coming out of turn 4, lost a bunch of spots. He's going to hand P2 over to Robster, going to hand P3 over to Ballistic, and they're running down the leader right now.
Yeah, like I said, that drag just working with each other, catch OG. Don't really don't want to worry about E for that position. They just want to keep that eye on OG and try to catch.
As they are slowly closing the gap here on OG for P number 1, but Robster slides up a little bit coming off of turn number 2. That might lose a little bit of time, but he's going to get a push from Ballistic down the backstretch and into turn 3. This could be a case of OG maybe trying to save his stuff a little bit because he had a little bit of a lead. So he's trying to make sure he conserves his stuff enough to make it to the end of the stage because it's going to be really close on tires.
Yeah, we'll be coming to 8 to go this time by. I'm looking at other streams. About half the tire wear has been gone. I think they can just push it from here on now on. Like I said, first 2 stages as Robster's looking under OG for the lead.
Robster snapped a little bit loose, but he was able to keep his momentum. He's looking under OG for the lead. Going into turn number 1, they are side by side.
This is a great battle between 3 top cars in this series. Ballistic, he has not been up front a lot this season, but this is a good time for him to get some stage points and be competitive for the playoffs.
Ballistic watching these guys who are still side by side. OG and Ballistic right now are currently in playoff spots. So trying to pick up valuable stage points here. As they kind of OG point the over-under on Robster and got back around him for the point. Robster's going to fall back in line at P2. Ballistic still watching these guys in P3. If we got quite the battle forming for fourth on back, these guys are getting really close together.
We do. Fourth and fifth, they've been kind of just with each other. They've been kind of closing in the third place Ballistic. Just watching them. If these guys keep battling here in the top three, you can probably see that pack behind them, catching them before they enter the stage.
OG makes a slight error and coming out of turn number 4, his car washes up the track just a bit, opens the door for Robster. He's going to take the lead going into turn 1 using that low line. And OG's going to duck in behind him. But back, fourth on back, we've got Nick, we've got young Colt, who is in the top 5 here early on, and Kevin, all fighting for the final stage points.
Ballistic has reeled in OG and Robster. We'll see if we can be able to make us any chances of even passing OG, but I think Ballistic's just kind of riding on to see what to do in the final few laps coming to the end of the stage.
Yeah, as they're going down the backstretch here, they're going to be coming here to 4 to go in stage number 1, so stage number 1's going to go by pretty quick. These guys are all on each other's bumpers. Ballistic's going to look under OG. Try to get the run coming out of turn number 4, catch a little bit of draft from the 89 car. As he is side by side with the 0-1 heading off into turn number 1. 0-1's going to clear him going into 1. As the fourth on back is a big gaggle of cars. They're all in the wall.
They are in the wall. And there's a wreck.
Yeah, Ronnie's around. Big wreck. What a gaggle of cars that was. That might bring out a caution in the stage.
Yeah.
And it does. Big wreck in stage number 1. Robster is going to take his first stage victory of the year. It's going to be Robster, OG, Ballistic, LD Allen, and Hostium is going to get the final stage point for stage number 1.
That's a good stage for the series. The top 3, that was they were pulling on back, and actually I was surprised with who was up front in the top 3. Some drivers that we would usually see up here with the absence of Jagboy. Jagboy's usually been the more dominant one, but without him, it's kind of like saying, "Oh, look, not a cup." He's basically potentially a cup driver in this series, but if he's not here, you got to take advantage of it and try to get as most points as you can and get the win.
There are points that Jagboy did not make the show tonight, so OG Info is looking to take back the points lead with a good amount of points tonight. He's going to get some in stage number 1 as they line up here for stage 2. Head off into turn number 1. Robster's going to maintain his lead as these guys are swerving back and forth behind him. See if they can keep it straight. We're going to go on board with Nick and watch all these guys in front of him. This is a pretty good view of the field, as they are clean through 3 and 4, which is kind of hard to do.
It is very hard to do. I feel like it kind of narrows out a little bit, but the track is so much more banked, more difficult in the middle of the corner. Everyone just washes up and almost usually hits the wall, or almost hits the wall. Actually, out of 2 there, we've had a few in the back hit the wall there, and I think someone just legged out.
Yes, the 8 car hit the wall coming out of turn number 2. See if anybody lagged out or if that's just a PS glitch. Nope, we had 2 of them lag out. That wasn't a PS glitch. So we've got 2 guys. Dalton and Hostium look like they are out of the race here tonight.
I just thought
Lights
I saw
out,
another one lag out too.
So we had a mass lag out here.
I swear another one just lagged out.
Let's see. We've got 4.
4 and 2 laps.
Yeah, I don't know if those other guys lagged out before or not, or if they were all at the same time. check out something here real quick. Kyle, if you want to take point.
Sure.
Check on something real quick.
Look, Colt. View he is. Colt and Kevin are battling the third, fourth position. Robster are still battling for it's 1 and 2. They are playing from third, fourth, and pack. I think they're just working together, just to try to pull away, take the advantage, and then later on work to just battle for the lead. I would be doing that if I was Robster and OG. Not sure if they're in the same party. I'm not sure if that's team correlated, but that's a good strategy for right now. As I do have a battle for third. Ronnie is looking under the 19 of Young Colt. That should be a good battle. Ronnie is my pick for the race, and he is going to make the pass there, as Kevin is looking under him to make the pass for fourth, as Young Colt's going to slip back for fifth, and right behind him is Ballistic for sixth. As I do make a little contact going into one, and Young Colt's in the wall, hit the number 8 car, and as D. Sproul will look under Young Colt too to take advantage of the position, as Young Colt does fall back around 10th spot.
All right, Kyle, if you want to check the Xfinity office right here as I join back in, I posted something in there for you to look at. We're going to look back up front here with OG Infa and Robster, who are still going back and forth here for the lead in stage number 2. These guys have had a spirited battle so far. They seem to be the class of the field. Our Cup Series regulars here are still fighting hard. Ronnie Mack and TK270 Kelvin fighting for third place, with Ballistic here in fifth. And that rounds out your top 5 here in stage number 2. As I'm sorry for a little bit of delay in the commentary, we're trying to get something sorted out here according to our rule book. Guys coming down to the end of stage number 2. Go back and see how many laps left we got here in stage number 2 real quick. Looks like we're halfway through. All right. Sorry guys, we were having a little situation here in the chat. Looks like we've had 4 drivers lag out at the same exact time, and according to our rule book, we installed this in the rule book here prior to the beginning of our first season, because it was a situation we'd seen before. And it states, if there's a situation where the server kicks 3+ people out at the same time, if it's before the final stage, the race will be restarted, rescheduled. If after the final stage is started, we will finish the race to the scheduled distance with everything prior being counted. So according to the rule book, this race has got to be restarted. So some of these guys are not going to want to hear that. Right, as these guys are still searching here in stage number 2. They won't be able to...
If it's starting tonight, or we're going to go to a different night, Mr. Commissioner?
That is something I'm going to have to get with the drivers here pretty shortly. as I'm trying to get with ball stick, but he is currently wheeling his car around the track. So once he gets the stage break here, we're going to have to figure something out. Yeah, K-Bart, if they're in a party, if you want to head on over there and talk to them while I stay in this stream here. But according to the rulebook, the race has got to be restarted or rescheduled, so that's going to be something we're going to have to talk to them about. As I commentate the end of stage number 2 here, not to get too distracted. The action is still fast and furious here in the Xfinity Series, whether or not we have to restart this race. With the top 3 have really pulled out away with Robster.
Send me invite back, please.
Yep. Robster OG and TK270 Kelvin fighting hard. So the 01 and the 89 have been the class of the field tonight, but here comes the Cup Series regular, Kevin, trying to make his presence felt here at the front of the field. Haven't seen too much of him this close to the front tonight, but here he is at the end of stage number 2 trying to make an impact. So let me get caught back up with the stream here. We are within 5 laps to go here, I believe, coming to the line for the end of stage number 2. As the 89 took a peek under the 01, but it didn't pay off with the 76 going to take that spot. As the 89 had to get off the gas a little bit to avoid washing into the 01. So he's going to fall back to 3rd place with Kevin taking over spot number 2.